Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gift Since 92. I'm giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspiration quotes by me, the Queen, is back at it again. Alright guys, this is going to be another rant. And you guys know I am a die-hard Aaliyah fan. Shout out to Team Aaliyah. And this video is coming from the heart. It's coming from the soul as a genuine Aaliyah fan that I am. And it's interesting because there has been some things that have been happening recently, in terms of Aaliyah and her legacy. And this is going to be a part 2 rant of Free Aaliyah's music. So shout out to my bro Tony Turner, because he did an interesting video a few days ago, not too long ago, recently. Go check it out. It's called What If Drake Released New Aaliyah Music. Go check that video out. He talks about Drake was, at the time when Drake was on the rise of his career as a rapper, he has always loved Aaliyah. He was trying to bring a new generation to connect with Aaliyah and really bring back her music in a way. And he was going to do a new music project. And I remember this happening years ago, a couple years ago. I mean, well, actually I would say earlier, it's been 10 years ago, pretty much about 10 years ago, that Drake was getting ready to and he was in the process of working on new Aaliyah music. He wanted to reintroduce Aaliyah, a new sound, and just pay homage to her and her legacy. And he loved Aaliyah. He was always showing his love for Aaliyah. And Tony Turner, his video that he just released, he was saying how all the drama and all the controversy surrounding Drake's, I guess, so-called quote obsession with Aaliyah, and some people looked at that as corny, but Drake during the time, he meant it from the heart. And like I said, I think I was getting ready to be in college when, this was going on. But it wasn't oh, okay, Drake, I don't want Drake to be messing up Aaliyah's legacy. It wasn't in terms, I wasn't thinking of that at the time, but I was hoping and praying that he was genuine, he meant well, which he did. And also how Missy Elliott, Timbaland, and Static, those 3 pretty much, they were Aaliyah's soulmates in music. They had chemistry together, creating her hit records, just creating her whole entire artistry, her whole entire discography, her whole catalog. And everybody knows Aaliyah's catalog, her hit singles, her albums, and the fans, the ride or die Aaliyah fans, hashtag Team Aaliyah. So it was cool that Tony, that video, shout to you, bro. Keep doing the damn thing. Seriously, you are an inspiration to me too as an Aaliyah fan, because we all, like I said, as Aaliyah fans, we always have been we've been wondering it's been how many years since she passed away. And almost 20 years ago since she passed away. She passed away in 2001. So years have went by. Years have flew by. And I always listen to her music when I'm out. And when I listen to her music, whatever album I'm listening to at the time, I'm wow, Aaliyah's music catalog, her artistry, she was ahead of her time. Listening to her music, period, in general. She was ahead of her time. Her sound, her image, her direction, and her music. And it's frustrating that Aaliyah fans, we just want new music. We pretty much, in a way, it's Aaliyah is so bittersweet because she was such a raw talent. She was the real deal. There will never be another Aaliyah. I've always expressed that in my other videos. There will never be another Aaliyah. And she still inspires up and coming new artists to this day. They're cool. I support them, and I've always have said I will support any talented artists that have the talent and authentic and the vibe and the sound to the artistry, because she still is the blueprint. She still made a huge impact even during her time while she was making music, while she was transitioning into an artist, while she was growing to an artist, and then of course after she passed on. I mean, I be seeing, listening to other artists, like no matter who they are, I still do hear like their sound. They still give like that vibe of like R&B, soul, dark, alternative music, but it has like that nostalgia. And that's great because Aaliyah pretty much, she was one of a kind in music. But here's the thing. This is what's been going on. So I'll spill you guys the tea. So about 2 days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, I was on Twitter and hashtag Team Aaliyah. We was like hashtag, I saw like the fans were saying free Aaliyah music, hashtag Barry Hankerson is over party. Okay, now listen. I'm gonna spill tea. I'm gonna be blunt. We need new music. We just want. See, the thing is, I see different fans' perspectives, because our thing is, you see how other artists that have passed on, their fans are keeping, their legacies alive, and new projects be coming out. It'll be like new like albums, Pompous albums. I don't know. You know the one I'm trying to say, but I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. But like new material, even though after they like passed on, like their estate, like their family, like if like there is permission for them to release, that artist's music, and like I said, still connect with the new generation, and like the new generation still loves this artist even though they didn't grow up with this artist and this artist passed on before they even knew who they were, he or she were. But at least there's a connection. The vibe is still there. Team Aaliyah, we just want some new stuff, okay? And we're not being ungrateful, because we are grateful. It's just that Aaliyah's legacy has been tainted in some ways, where it's kind of like, it's almost like, even when like the trolls and haters be saying, oh, well, Aaliyah wasn't all that. Well, Aaliyah, she was just frozen in time, like she was okay and whatever. But I'm like, okay, fine, you're entitled to your opinion. But at the same time, the more I listen to Aaliyah's music, and I have been throughout the years, I've always still had that feeling. Like every time, even though like a person has passed on, regardless, like you still feel their vibe. You still feel their, power in a good way. You still feel their soul. They're still alive in a way, even though physically they're not here in the flesh. The body is not present. They passed on to like another dimension, the next world, the afterlife. It's like Aaliyah still has like this presence in music that is still powerful, whether people want to admit it or not. And it's almost like Aaliyah, it's kind of like Aaliyah fans, all we want for is her legacy to be respected. Yes, not everyone's going to like Aaliyah. Not everyone's going to be a fan of Baby Girl. We get that. It ain't like how people be trying to be like, well, Aaliyah fans need to get over it. Well, Aaliyah fans, they always want to drag other artists. It's not even that. It's just that when we talk about Aaliyah in general, we could be like having a conversation. Yeah, this is my favorite Aaliyah song. I wonder what Aaliyah would be doing if she was alive. She pretty much would still be making music. She'll still pretty much be making movies, branding her name, her empire. I swear, like, it won't take about maybe 2 minutes until some trolls be popping up, on social media, be like, oh, Aaliyah, y'all always trying to hype this girl up. What was the hype about her? She wasn't all that. Y'all just mad because, she ain't, it's like, I'm trying not to overdo it, but I'm sorry, not sorry, because my thing is, listen, Aaliyah, every time I listen to her music, she really brought back like the good vibes and the sound of music. And it's like, this woman was so talented, so down to earth. She was a low-key person, like she was a people person, but she was balancing her music career and her personal life. And then even like the people around her that worked with her, even like Missy Elliott, Timbaland, like other people in the music industry, they was like, Aaliyah was very sweet. Aaliyah was like down to earth. She was about her business. She was about her music, her craft. And even the interview back years ago before she passed away, there's an interview, and it's really, crazy, and it's very sweet, and it's very like, touching, because she said, even before she passed on MTV, The Diary of Aaliyah, and I've watched it a few times, and she said, you know what, when I pass on, I just want people to remember me as a good person, hard worker, like I love life, and I was always about music. And still to this day, it's just like I said, because after all these years that done passed on, it's like she left an impact, for like new artists. We just want to see like a new direction with Aaliyah's legacy. And I know more Team Aaliyah fans, we're gonna do the damn thing anyway, because it's like, really, she is pretty much like, she would really be so proud of us today, like for real, that we still support her, that we still love her music, we promote her music. And here's the thing, which it bothers me too, because Tony on his channel, he said there's some things that he addressed that really bothered him, that even with that Drake situation about him being an Aaliyah fan, and how he was, like trying to get her music back out there, and work on new music, new material. And I remember this was happening, and I know there was like some few songs that he worked with another producer, but then at the time, her family, and with her family, no disrespect to the Harden family, I have no hard feelings towards them, because I understand when it comes to a relative, a family member that people have lost dearly, it's like, I know that feeling too. You want that memory of them to be kept alive as well. But it's kind of like, really, Aaliyah fans, all we're saying is that, listen, we just want new material, but at the same time, the iTunes, why is it age ain't nothing but a number still on iTunes? Why aren't her other albums 1 in a million? The Aaliyah self-titled album, why aren't they on iTunes? But that's why I side-eye her uncle. And I don't care who gets offended, who gets their feathers ruffled. I don't give a whatever. My thing is, and it's something about her uncle, he irks me. Because her uncle, to me, he's like shady. And it's kind of like, we have been demanding from like new music, like just a new album, a new project, something. Like unreleased vocals, not unreleased, well yeah, unreleased vocals, but like unreleased tracks. Like, we want to have like an album where like a new Aaliyah album is like her unreleased like music. It could be like a celebration of her anniversary, like they could release that on her birthday, they could release it on her anniversary of her passing. Like, Aaliyah fans, we crave for new music. Yes, we understand she's not alive, but like I said, perfect example, Michael Jackson passed away in 2009. His fans, when he, like his estate, the people, he got permission from his family to like, and there was some drama going on with that still, but he had some albums that got released after. I remember the Escape album that came out years ago when like he had passed away in 2009, and I think that Escape album came out maybe like a year or two later. But it was still like Michael Jackson fans still supported the album, still bought the album, and really it was kind of like, yeah, Michael is not alive, but his legacy moves on, his music still moves people, and it was cool to really see like Michael Jackson fans support that album. And I've supported the album too. I don't have the album I CD collection, but I remember listening to like some songs that came out, and I know this song called Love Never Felt So Good featuring Justin Timberlake. I remember that song was blowing up, and the song was really dope. I mean, that like Michael Jackson, it was Michael Jackson and Justin Timberlake, like they did the song. It's kind of like for the Escape album, so it's kind of cool that still Michael's, at least we Michael Jackson fans still got new music, even though he passed away years ago. And I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, so my thing is, the same thing can be done for Aaliyah, just like we did that petition for the MAC Aaliyah Cosmetics collection. which I have a few products that I own, I bought, and I've supported. That matte collection came out a couple years ago, like a few years ago. I think that matte collection came out 2018. About 2 years ago that collection came out. Yep. But that's the thing, it's the power of the fans. So the same thing can happen to like for new music, and we need a biopic. I also did a video about her getting a biopic, so go check that out. You can just search Get to Since 92. Aaliyah deserves a biopic. That's what I've called the title of my video. Go search it, go check it out, share your thoughts and your opinions. But yeah, it's kind of like, you know, all that stuff is like, you know, and the hashtags that Team Aaliyah did was like Free Aaliyah Music. We've been still keeping it going, we've been still trending and all that. And hashtag Barry Hankerson is over party, we've been hashtagging that. See, the thing is, listen, we understand that we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but it's almost like, and I'm not tearing her uncle down. This is not a hate video to her uncle. This is not a bash video to her uncle, because I don't want this to come across, oh, this crazy Aaliyah fan just coming at her uncle. No. The thing is, there has been some disrespectful things that's been going on, and we know that. Listen, Aaliyah is not here to speak for herself, but I'm gonna tell you something. Going back in her music career, it was like Aaliyah's career was interesting, it was exciting, there was some ups and downs, but she really pushed through. You know, she really did take the world by storm in the R&B music era, and you know, same thing along with her peers, because Aaliyah's style, her sound, her artistry, she stood out just like the rest of her peers. So her uncle, like I said, you know, he had music connections, you know, he helped her career. There was some things that, you know, behind the scenes, there was some shady things that happened behind the scenes. There was some drama, there was some really messy things that were going on in the industry. And it did, like I said, Aaliyah's reputation and her image and her legacy was starting to get tarnished in ways too, because we know about you. I'm just being respectful about that. You know how she was. You know, her personal life is like she got caught up in some things allegedly that have happened to her that was very personal, and you know, if anything happened in her personal life where she experienced, you know, heartbreaking, like heartbreak and like you know, personal things like, you know, she, you know, went through some issues with people in the music industry, but she pushed through. All I can say as a fan, you know, God bless her soul, because like I said, the music industry is something else nowadays, so we already know that. But I feel like as fans, we just want new material, and her uncle Barry Hankerson, he knows this. It's not like he don't know. And the same thing with her family, but it's kind of like you have seen what was going on behind the scenes. You have witnessed her grow as an artist. You have witnessed her evolve her sound as an artist. You have witnessed your, you know, your own niece like grow and push herself and have that ambition and drive. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, the fans have been asking for like the catalog, free her music, put it on iTunes, put it to promote, you know, like I said, like music platforms that people can have access to her music. And also not just her uncle, I know like her mother, her brother, and like I said, her mother and brother as well. I'm not gonna put it on him, you know, but I feel like Aaliyah deserves better. Aaliyah deserves better. I mean, she really does, because even when I was listening to like other fans' perspectives about like, yeah, you know, we really as fans, it's kind of like we see how the music has changed like dramatically. Like, this is 2020, you know, years that went by, you know what I mean, flew by, and it's like, there's some good things that have been happening too, like I said, you know, sustaining her legacy, like recently, like, the Madame Tussauds wax figure, that was revealed, last year. I did a video about that, go check that out, type in Get to Since 92, Madame Tussauds wax figure, Aaliyah's wax figure, and that was put out last year. And that wax figure of hers is so beautiful, really done, beautiful, authentic, the workmanship, the showmanship, like the iconic try again outfit, the pose, everything. Like seriously. And there has been some changes and great things that have like happened that we Aaliyah fans are grateful for. So everything like a wax figure, the matte cosmetics, um, and then it's like now all we want is the biopic to be done right, period. Okay, because you already know. Alright. And also we want new music. We have to keep her legacy alive, and it's up to the fans, and we're doing a great job. Like, we be hashtagging, we promote and stuff like that, but see, it's like it's like this, she did her thing, very successful, talented young lady, and that ambition. By the age of 22, she accomplished so much. And it's really funny how some people, they have always underestimated her, and I know she had people that did underestimate her too while she was alive, making a name for herself in music. But she really pushed through. She really built a household name for herself. And like I said, her music, the producers that she worked with, the producers that really she had a chemistry with them, like as an artist, to like really change the narrative of music and create something different with a whole entire new sound. And like I said, like shout out to Missy Elliott, shout out to Timbaland, shout out to Static. Rest in peace to Static. I remember, unfortunately, he passed away in 2008. I was in high school when that happened. I was like, Static? Like the Static? I mean, and it's sad. Like I said, he passed away, and that was another loss in music. But yeah, these people, they sacrifice everything for their blood, sweat, and tears to make good music and really carve out their legacies. And I feel like Aaliyah fans, we gonna keep going. We gonna push through. But yeah, we need Aaliyah's music. We need something to happen. I feel like that we gonna keep going, and I feel like I said, I know that when it comes to like her music, we just need for her music catalog to be out, so like the new generation of like people, fans can be like, listen, I love Aaliyah. Let me listen to her music. Let me check out her albums, all of that. So that being said, like I said, her uncle, Barry Hankerson, and her mother and her brother, Diane Houghton and Rashad, like I said, you see the fans, you hear the fans loud and clear. And like I said, this is not like I said, I respect people's, different opinions. And I know Team Aaliyah, we mostly, like most of us, we're on the same page. Now, some of the fans may think indifferent, which is fine. But I feel like even most of the fans, like, we're pretty much on the same page. It's like we just want better for her. That's all we're asking. We're not saying like we just want some like some grand like extra stuff. But the thing is, I have seen how, like I said, like Tupac got a biopic, Notorious B.I.G. got a biopic, Selena got a biopic, and when it comes to Aaliyah getting a biopic, period. No, not that. Not that. I'm doing Harry Potter. I'm not gonna mention the name, but you already know. You already know. We want a biopic. We want the biopic. We want that biopic to happen because we want for people to know who she was as an artist, how she was, like her humble beginnings and all of that. So we want that biopic. We want that. We want it done. RIGHT. Period. So that being said, I feel like, yeah, just listening into like Tony Turner's opinions and his perspective, about, like I said, just having like, just free Aaliyah music, and like I said, we just want things to be done right for baby girl. But we'll always ride on out for her. We will always like support her. And that's all that I have to say. So it was another rant video. So please guys, how do you guys feel? What do you guys think needs to happen in terms of Aaliyah, her legacy, her getting her music catalog to be released, entirely on all music platforms? And like I said, what do you expect as an Aaliyah fan in the future? What are some things that you want in the future to happen in order to keep baby girl's legacy alive? please, let's have an open discussion. Please do not be afraid to tell me, guys, how you guys feel. As always, stay tuned in the next episode of Get Sense 92. So as always, please do not be afraid to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. Please do not be afraid to hit that notification button. Please do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay tuned on the next episode of Get Sense 92, Dragon Ball Z narrator reference. Peace. Goodbye. Your girl is exiting out. This Super Saiyan's out.